So people, more than 80-85% people have changed their career as a business analyst. Plus, even people have more than 2 or 3 offers. I mean, around 40% people have more than 2 or 3 offers. Now, the tricky part is that, which Gaurish will obviously is going to explain, the way we teach. It is not only the training, it is also that how we do it different, because we change your career by all perspective, means your resume build up, preparing you at least 2 to 3 years of experience you can show in your resume. So Gaurish will take care how we are doing all these things, right? But whatever the question you are having, please ask from Gaurish, and because a lot of things are there, like how I move, which kind of a people can move, right? Something like that. So I'm not going to take much time. Gaurish, over to you.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Nitesh.
Thank you.
So thanks for covering the quick overview. Before we move ahead, I'd like to introduce myself first. My name is Gaurish Loya, and I've been working as a business analyst plus a project manager at the moment. And I've worked with big shot banks to name HSBC, Barclays, Credit Suisse, Citibank, and as of now, I'm working for DBS. Okay, so my journey started like 10 11 years back. I was a software test engineer. I did my normal graduation, never got first class ever in my life, and I do not regret about it at all. So I worked as a tester. I knew I want to become a business analyst, but then how? That was again a big question for me. Certainly, no help was there. Somehow I tried to manage it, and I moved towards the business analysis role. But down the line, I came to know there are a lot of BA aspirants, maybe because of multiple reasons, or maybe because of career aspirations. People want to move there, but then they do not know the path. Even if they move, what is the actual rules and what are the actual rules and responsibilities? They do not know that. However, in case if you get into a BA role or you are aspiring for a BA role, I would certainly recommend you need to get under some sort of training, which would be related to the BA part, which will be related to the domain part. And these days, everybody knows Agile has taken place and almost all the companies work in Agile fashion. So when we say Agile, it does not mean that you should be knowing the definition of Scrum, what is a user story and whatnot. What are the real-time implementations, how you do it, whether you need to write a BRD or you directly write user stories, it is up to the project. But then how the transition happens, that needs to be covered up. So in order to do that, I certainly recommend the BA training, like wherever you do, whatever you do, but then certainly it's a must thing. Okay, so BA training I'll be conducting a mix of Agile as well as the CBAP syllabus, that is the certification for BAs. So I'll be taking you through the theoretical aspect of it, as well as real-time practical scenarios or practical project, mini projects you can say, for which the expectation would be the candidates would end up writing an actual BRD as well as the actual user stories. And I'll be teaching Agile from scratch, at least from the BA standpoint, what is needed and what is not, and that to pure hands-on Agile and Confluence. So this is the training related aspect. Okay. Now, the second aspect that I would be covering would be on the resume making part. Now, whoever are the participants here, somewhere on 7 or 8 participants, I believe they are from different backgrounds. Someone might be tester, somebody is from sales and marketing, somebody might be even HR. Now, how do you do it? So in general, I can give some projects which are related to banking. For someone who is from banking area, that would be helpful for him. If not, whichever role you are having, we need to take that project itself and put it under the BA role. The description and the roles and responsibilities should be mapped as a BA. This is how you will have to prove that you were a BA on paper or whatever in your current organization, and you're looking out for a transition. So this kind of thing works out really well in the industry, and majority of the people do not know how to do it. So that part I'm going to solve it. In majority of the cases, it gets solved. And the third offering that I have is on a daily basis, we share a lot of job posts coming from LinkedIn or maybe some other referral connect. Not talking about Naukri or Monster, because I believe that has to be done by the candidate itself, but then some other rare openings that we get are majorly on LinkedIn that I keep on circulating on a daily basis. So the expectation is candidates do apply, upload their profiles on Naukri Monster, apply aggressively, and you'll get a job for sure. This is a bet. So this is the overall offering that we would be having, 3 phases: syllabus, resume building part, applications part, and supporting for the interview preparation and whatever it could be. So this is the overall offering. Now I'll pass on the control to you guys. Whoever has got any sort of questions, any clarification, we can take it up.
Gaurish, am I audible?
Yeah.
Gaurish, we had spoken few days ago. Actually, my question is, for example, after the training, I got an offer letter. I managed to clear the interview also. But because I have not worked as a BA, how would I survive and how would I start performing in the new company as a
See,
BA?
whatever I'll be teaching, it's going to be industry wide approach itself, because I do conduct interviews as well in companies and I teach whatever is required. I won't get into majority of the theoretical aspect, which is not even required. So the process that I teach, so the things that I teach, you will have to, practice those things.
Okay.
Practice as in, like, understand and implement those things. But whenever you're working as a BA in any company, it is obvious that the project is going to new, because nobody works on the same project. So little bit of smartness is certainly required. It does not
Right.
mean that
Right.
things would come on your own. So you
Right.
need to have zeal to learn. So in a nutshell, you might have to talk with people, you might have to document certain things, but then trust me, it's way better than coding or something, in case if you like to talk with people, if you understand how to solve the complex problems.
I mean, just one more thing. I mean, how will the new company or the manager or someone will not be able to know that this guy has not worked real time? He just
No,
cracked the
it's not.
interview.
It's no, no, it's not like that. Nobody will hire you like that. Generally, you will have to crack the interview, which means you will potentially showcase something that you have done as a BA.
Okay.
It doesn't happen like that. See, BAs are not hired in herds like you have developers and testers.
Uh,
Out of 10 developers or testers, there is only one or two
and
BAs.
one more thing, in my current company, I have I mean different designation in my offer letter. So they will say that your designation was not business analyst. It is something else in my offer
No,
letter.
generally offer letter is no, but nobody will ask you. What will they ask you is, like, your pay slips in general and relieving letter, right? But
Okay.
this comes at the lateral stage. What happens during when you float your profile across portals, or when you're interviewing, you need to write your role as business analyst and your designation is not business analyst.
So
Designation could be different.
yes.
Now in my company, I might be a AVP or I might be VP, whatever it is. It does not mention, or I'm a consultant. It does not mention that whether I'm a tester or I'm a developer or whatever it could be. And in general, nobody becomes a business analyst from scratch, from day one of their career. It's like you have to learn certain things, maybe work as a tester, developer, or maybe some other profile, gain some industry knowledge, and then you transition towards B in general.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, same
so
for me also, from manual testing to some non-technical compliance role. I want to move into business analyst role actually.
yeah, it is pretty much possible. Pretty
Yeah.
much
Okay.
possible.
Okay. Thanks, Gaurish. Thank you.
So it is very easy to turn a tester into BA.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Anybody else has got any questions or concerns?
yeah, hi Gaurish, Vishal this side.
Yeah, Vishal.
So, Gaurish, what are the prerequisites to become a BA? Matlab, is there any mathematical skills or analytical skills would be required to become a BA, or
See, it's more of focusing on a particular domain. That is going to be one important aspect. It does not mean that everybody is into banking or investment banking or capital markets or retail banking. Some sort of expertise is required, maybe banking, finance, insurance, e-commerce, healthcare, whatever it could be. That plays an important role in general. Apart from this, you should have good communication skill. Communication as in your client is giving you the requirement and you are gathering the requirements and passing it on to your development team. So let me brush up the role of a business analyst in quickly into 2 minutes. Now, on a daily basis, we have some sort of softwares. Okay, you're using some mobile applications or maybe some day-to-day softwares that you would be using. Just like Zomato, let's say, I am a customer and I come down to your company. For example, I want to have another. Can you build a application for me, food delivery application? I want to compete with Zomato. I want to develop an app called Tomato, for example. So it is you the customer would be having some sort of concept or some business idea. Now, as a business analyst, you have to capture his ideas, whether they are valid, whether they are not. You might have to interrogate him, you might have to ask a lot of questions, get into positive negative scenarios of it, how system would be handling this. For example, login is mandatory or not. If you enter incorrect username or password, what should be the error message, whether you should be blocking it after 3 attempts or not. So these are the simple requirements that you should be asking to your customer. So these are the requirements that you gather, document them in a proper BRD format or agile format that I'll be teaching. You take a sign off from your customer or take a go ahead from your customer and pass on this information to your development team and testing team or their technical team, and then they deliver it. So this is the overall role of a business analyst. So communication skill, domain aspect, little bit of tech savvy in terms of, not in terms of coding, but in terms of what's going on new in the industry, tech industry. Functionally, you need to understand what exactly are the things that are going on. So this is what the requirement is. So it's not like, somebody should be a graduate engineer or somebody should be MBA, somebody should be knowing finance. It's not like that.
Get that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Gaurish, any certification is mandatory to move into BA role?
Not at all. Not at all. Not, I mean, like, no certificates are mandatory. In fact, the training part, like, you're certified. I mean, like, you're a trained business analyst, that is more than sufficient. If you want, you can write, you are preparing for CBAP. CBAP is one of the exams for BA. Certainly it comes with the cost of $500 US. Very few people do it. You might read it on, social media or like, LinkedIn or the thing. Do CBAP. It's a marketing gimmick. There's no need. In fact, I would suggest go for NCFM courses or go for some sort of domain courses.
Okay.
And if somebody wants to do CBAP later on, they can do it once you land into a job, but then there's no need to shell out $500 on your own.
What's the
Ask
full
your company to pay for it.
NCFM, Nifty centers, but Nifty kind of a.
No. NCFM is like, that is like, NSE itself. They have their training modules. They
Okay.
have their training, NCFM courses. You can just Google it. You'll find a lot of information on this.
Okay. Thanks.
So they are
Thank you.
domain-centric certifications. You can go for some other certifications. If somebody is from insurance, maybe Loma certification of insurance certification. Somebody is from banking, they can go for anti-money laundering specialist, derivatives, equities, or maybe something like that. Retail banking, digital banking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay,
you.
got it. Okay.
Understood. Any other question?
Hey, sorry to interrupt you. Can I get to know what is exactly the fees going to be and the course duration?
So the course duration would be somewhere around 7 to 8 weekends, but you can start applying for jobs or start preparing resume or like, profiles after fifth week once we complete the agile part. So
Okay.
this is it. In terms of fees, maybe we can take it at a lateral stage. Maybe we will cover up the questions first, and maybe that time we can get into the fees part. Don't worry, it's not very costly.
And Gaurish, what will be the duration of the session?
7
We are
to 8
talking about
weekends. 7 to 8 weekends.
No. So, agree, but how much on a daily basis or
Okay.
on a week?
Saturday, Sunday, both days, it would be like, maximum you can assume 2 hours.
2 hours each. 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours each. Yeah.
Okay.
And Saturday, Sunday, what will be the time of the
Most
2 hours?
likely morning batch itself, 9:30 or 10 o'clock.
Okay.
That can be done, like, that can be done. I mean, like, depending upon everybody's comfort, but then first half itself.
Okay.
Preferably morning, 9:30. That becomes easy so that you get the entire day free.
Hello, Gaurish. May I? Umesh this side from Hyderabad.
Yeah.
First of all, thank you very much for organizing this kind of events, learning development kind of thing,
Yeah.
and
worries.
mostly I felt very excited and to learn about the BA analyticals, like which was looking for transition, transition.
Mhm.
And main question is that I do have 8+ years of experience in sales and business development.
Mhm.
When I was looking for transition, like how may what is the minimum salary package will be there, right? It will be depending upon the previous, or else on an average.
It all depends, like, which company are you applying for.
Okay.
When you say sales and marketing, first of all, which company are you working currently?
Healthcare sector, healthcare domain. I was working with health technology.
Okay,
Healthcare
based off
technology.
Hyderabad itself.
Yes.
Okay. The question that I would be having for you, why do you want to move from sales to BA? I mean, you would have done some sort of research on your own.
Yes, from health. I didn't exactly. The question is,
why do you want to move to BA? Why do you want to transition?
when I'm working with sales and business development, there is common sales and business itself. I want to just have an looking for transition, learn new things, new technologies, and to upskill myself. I just looking for.
So yeah, that can be done. So in terms of transition, that's what I said. Like, whatever your role is currently, see, now you're into sales. If you're from sales and marketing, so you cannot directly write down a BA project or IT project. Now what you'll have to do, the product that you're selling, I believe it's some sort of software. Is it a software, healthcare software, or a
Yeah,
product?
it's a doctor's application. It's a
Yeah.
bit
So now you will
software.
have to show that you were working as a sales and a marketing guy. Eventually, while handling clients or while handling the different requirements or suggestions that were coming from your customers or
Yeah,
feedback,
this is
you
like
turned
a
into a BA. So you were handling the new requirements or the feedback and turning them into requirements. This is how you turned as a BA into your current profile. And that
yes.
is the project summary that you need to write down. And then in your profile, again, roles and responsibilities would be mapped. And this is how you will
Yeah,
have to transition.
there is the roles and work responsibility, similarly kind of B
So that
analyst
I'll
also.
yeah, no, no, that I'll manage.
On
That I'll be explaining how to do it.
okay, done. Thank you so much.
The point is, how would you transition? What should be the trigger point of your transition? You're mapping that. So internally, you move within your company because of the responsibilities that you had as a sales. You had strong inclination towards BA, and
Yes,
which with which you did some sort of training and other things, and you started working as a BA, and this is how your career started as a BA, and now you're looking out for a new opportunity.
yes.
This has to be the career path.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anyone else?
Hi, Gaurish. Gaurav this side.
Yeah. Hi.
So Gaurish, I just wanted to know, I mean, are we gonna work on any of the real-time projects which we can showcase in our resume or how is it?
Yes. Yes. I have 2 to 3 real-time banking projects. Okay. Digital and corporate banking, which can be done. Now, again, which company you're working for?
I'm working in Capco Technologies, which is a financial consulting firm,
Okay.
and
And
I'm
your
into HR.
client, you're into HR, right?
Yes,
Okay. So Capco has many clients like HSBC,
yes,
Morgan
yes,
Stanley, and blah,
yes,
blah, blah. So
yes.
that kind of project I certainly have. I mean, that you can show. However, your designation, I don't know how would you handle it, because for HR, how would you handle it? What is your designation on paper?
On paper, it's administrator, and it clearly shows as I be working for corporate services, not in consulting.
That is fine. That is fine. That does not matter. Capco itself is fine. Admin, how long have you been working with Capco?
It's been around 1.5 years,
And before
Gaurish.
that?
Before that, I've done my MBA in 2020 and
Okay, so you've got only 1.5 years or 2 years of
yes,
experience. Is that
yes,
so? Okay, at junior level, see, sir, there are a lot of opportunities. I won't say like that. I mean, I won't say there are no opportunities, but then there are little less opportunities in general.
yes.
So that part, I mean, even if you get, that should be okay, but then do not expect a very high or very exuberant salary.
Yeah, that I'm aware, Gaurish, because 1.5 to 2 years of experience, I don't expect 15 to 16 lakhs.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
again,
aware of that.
getting job calls or interviews, you might have to be a little patient, and you might have to, apply regularly and dedicatedly. So dedication in your case would be much required.
Sure.
I mean, I'll support certainly from my side, but then overall, even you need to show your zeal and eagerness to, apply as well as, grab the calls.
Yes.
Gurish, you just said like you have a project
Yeah.
for Morgan Stanley. Do you have a project somewhat kind of matching with National Australian Bank also? Because this is my client for which I am doing compliance work.
NAB, right? But then I can see the point is the projects that I will be giving, they are more or less applicable in each and every bank. Okay, especially European banks and Asian banks. Now, NAB, National Australia Bank, there could be, but then I never explored an Australian client. But then, I mean, we can do it. That's not a problem.
Okay, fine.
I mean, otherwise, whatever role you're doing as a tester, same project has to be taken up, and your roles and responsibilities should be changing as a BA. That is the most easiest way. You're a tester, right?
Yeah, actually, for 10 years, I was doing manual testing. For last around 5 years, I am doing some kind of a non-technical compliance work for NAB, National Australian Bank.
So that is fine. You can also put that thing, no?
Right. That is what I'm thinking. For NAB compliance work, I will put as a BA.
Yeah.
Okay.
That can be done. So see, this is too early to decide on those topics.
So,
I can give projects.
One last thing, is it? I mean, what do you think? Is it too late at 15 years of experience to move into BA role? No, not like
really,
that.
but then depending upon the situation, the majority of the roles that you would find, they would be in between, let's say 5 years or 4 years to 10 or 12 years. There are roles for 15 years as well, but then in that case, the notice period has to be little less. So if your notice period is 3 months or something, then you might have to again wait and watch another thing. But then if it is below 60 days or 60 days, things are relatively easy. So it's all about demand and supply from the market.
But we have seen my total experience is 15 years, but I will show is like a BA experience is 3 years or 4 years.
I
Then
know
we
that you
can
will have to handle it.
right,
When you get a call from recruiter, then you will have to explain it properly.
right. Okay.
So that you fit yourself into the 10-12 years experience range. I
Yes,
mean, like, 10 years kind of thing.
that's what I was thinking, right?
You will have to act smart whenever you get a requirement. You might have to act smart, or whenever
Because
you apply for something,
yeah,
you'll have to explicitly
because
explain it.
anyhow after this training, we will show as a B experience of I think 2 to 3 years, right?
It depends. In your case, if you're feeling comfortable, you can show up to 4 years as well, 4 to 5.
Okay, so I would say that initial 10 years I was in manual testing, then I thought of switching into
Yeah,
BA role and
testing, and like then you were working for 2 years. You were a BA QA,
I
and then you move towards BA, something
yes,
like
yes,
this.
right. Okay, thank you, thanks.
So these things are like pretty much like how confidently you talk and how comfortable you are in terms of explaining it to somebody. So confidence matters a lot for a BA.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else?
Hello,
Any other
Gaurav.
questions? Yeah.
Yeah, Ankita this side.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I have a question I have completed my master's in pharmaceutical science, and currently I am working as a drug safety associate in one CRO. So I'm looking for transition as a business analyst, but will that be helpful for me as a future perspective?
Now you have done your pharma thing. So may I know
Yes.
what is the reason? Because till date I've converted 3 people who are from pharma domain. But then what is your reason? Like you're at a fresher level and like you did your pharma, and all of a sudden why do you want to move to BA? So that is the question that I would have for you.
Um, Actually, I'm working as a pharmacovigilance associate now in one of a CRO, but that job is not fascinating for me.
Mhm.
And,
So why do you think BA would be fascinating for you? I
Um,
mean, what makes you comfortable in BA?
um, Means right now in the kind of job I am in, I don't think that I'm doing that well. So I just wanted to transition because when
Okay.
I was in college, there was the campus interviews for business analyst, but somehow
Mhm.
I was not able to apply for that.
Okay.
So is there a business analyst role in the healthcare domain also?
Yes, in healthcare domain, yes, it is there.
And
Certainly it is there. Yeah.
yeah, and I like to communicate with people and also management work. I'm
Mhm.
interested. This
Okay.
job what I'm doing is like only database entry.
Okay. So how long have you been working overall? How many years of experience or months?
Now in December there will be complete 2 years.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. I mean, this is possible, not a problem. But then again, you will have to work with extra efforts and dedication because your experience is less. And again, you will have to learn a lot of things because it's all about IT software and your education is pharma. So you'll have to cope with that kind of thing. You will have to understand things quickly, but then that is fairly possible. Okay.
Okay.
And at this point of time, I think you do not have much idea about BA role. So I'll
No.
share some of the videos with you. You can just go through them and then again decide. And if you need some further assistance, maybe we can have a further call to sort out the queries. So at this point of time, I believe you do not have full thought process of a business analyst role.
Yes. Yes.
So that can be done.
Oh,
Okay. Sure.
thanks.
No worries. Okay. Any other questions?
Gaurish, one more question. Like I have three gaps, 6 month, 5 month, and 3 month gap in my career. So how do for an interviewer, how do I convince him that those about those three gaps? What should I be saying from my end to
Not really. If somebody asks you, then only you should be talking about it. Or like during HR discussion, they'll be asking it. So that gap has to be justifiable. Why was that?
okay,
Now this is
okay,
going to be like case to case basis as well as like depend upon company. There are some companies who do accept to up to 2 years. There are some companies who will not even ask for it.
okay,
So it is like
okay,
at a corporate level and like this kind of thing. So nothing explicit that you need to talk. If somebody asks you, then only you should be talking about these things.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Nothing, personal at this point. Anything else?
No, it's clear, I think,
Yeah.
from my side.
Okay. So another thing is like on a daily basis, I share job posts on WhatsApp. Basically, my WhatsApp is not connected through mobile. Otherwise, I could have tried to share you, and I think Nitesh is not in a
Yeah,
comfortable position to.
Gaurish, I'm here for a few minutes, so let me share.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just a moment. Let me share here. Okay.
Yeah. Again, in terms of syllabus, if you want,
Yeah,
maybe
here
Nitesh, I
it
can.
is. So like here we have a group of business analyst people and we share jobs on regular basis here. Right. This is for a BA and like for a 10th batch BA, let me show you this batch which we have finished now, where we also share the job.
On a daily basis, I keep on posting here and there and whatever it could be. So yeah, people are supposed to apply. Even if you guys get, and like whoever are the participants in the team, they're aware of some sort of positions, even they feel free to uh, share this kind of
Correct.
positions.
For 9th batch, if I say, so it's a similar. Right, lot of openings which you will not find on Naukri easily, but we have multiple sources from where we get it and we share.
Hello, Gaurish. What does mean RMG? Any particular name for that?
It's a refer me group.
Okay.
It's the full form.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. So this is how the process is going to be. Okay. Any other questions?
Nothing right now, Gaurish, from my side.
Yeah. So if you have path, like dedication to learn certain things, like, and groom yourself at least as a BA, that part I'll be able to handle. Certainly dedication has to be from the candidate side. It's not like you just paid the fees and it's done. It's not going to work unless and until you put attention. I'll be giving assignments. If you do it, certainly things would be working in a very good way, and I'm always there to support you. Like whenever, even if you've got an interview call, you're not able to recollect certain things, you can get in touch with me. We can have a call. I can help you brush up concepts and things, and this goes further. So that support, that assistance will always be available. So that is the unique feature that we have in our classes. People would take like 30, 40, 50 people in one shot, and they just finish the theoretical part, but then they might not help you for resume making. Even if they do it, they just give you any random project for anybody. For example, I saw a recent case where a girl has spent more than 50 or 60,000 for this kind of training. She was working into like some sort of investment banking process. Okay, she did training and she got a project of a cab management system. Now imagine a bank like BNY Mellon, would they implement a cab management system project? No. So like you need to put something which goes into your project, not like taking any random project putting as your company project. So anybody can identify that's a fake thing. So it requires common sense even to make resume. Okay, so majority of the institutes that they do, they are just making money and putting some sort of fancy profile, but then the content nobody values or nobody cares for it. So in that case, I'll be helping you with that. It does not mean I'll be making your resume. I'll be reviewing it. I'll be giving you points. You have to put it in a proper shape and format. But then certainly after reviewing and all, then only you're supposed to apply. That is another thing. And don't get into the online trap for sure. This is what I would like to guide everyone. Whatever, simply learn, Udemy and blah blah blah. It's not gonna fulfill you. You might learn something, but then it won't help you for a good job. Certainly for sure. So this is, a differentiating factor that we have in our training, and what you get in on institutions or maybe online offerings.
Yeah, Gaurish, even I was a victim of that. To be frank, I spent.
Don't get into online stuff.
Yeah, not into online stuff, but as you told, there were. I mean, I took a training. I
Yeah,
hope you
yeah.
would know this name, named COEPD or
Yeah,
COPD.
the girl was from the same institute, man. 45 or
And that
60,000, I
was
guess.
a very disappointing experience. So
Yeah.
that's the reason I'm in a dilemma of what to
I
select, what
have
not
had,
to
I have
select.
trained 4 candidates who were from COPD. They paid their fees and whatever it could be, 40, 50, 60. I don't know the
Yeah,
exact
it was
figure, but
very
then,
disappointing to be frank.
yeah. And after that, they came down to me and they moved into this thing. And one of the girl was from HR background itself.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, once you get into this thing, I can share other details as well.
So, Gaurish,
Mhm.
you would provide us BA knowledge, banking knowledge, Jira and Confluence. Any that is right or any?
Jira, Visio, then how do you write a BRD? How do you write FRD? How to use it and blah blah blah. All that aspect would be there.
Okay.
Risk management, RAIDs, and there are a lot of small concepts those I would be covering. In terms of software, it again depends which company is using what, but then these are the widely used softwares for
Okay.
BA.
MS Visio, right?
Yeah, MS Visio. I
And
have MS Visio.
okay.
I mean, it's a licensed product. I don't know if you guys would be getting it, but then instead of MS Visio, there are a lot of other products similar to it, which are freeware and online.
And Confluence also, right?
Yeah. Conference का तो
Confluence
वो मैं करा दूंगा trial
and,
version. Yeah.
Jira tool.
Yeah. Hands-on, पूरा Jira hands-on, user story, prioritization, estimation, all agile ceremonies, how to do, what to do, what not.
And I think banking domain knowledge also, right?
Yes,
Okay,
more
fine.
pertaining to AML, KYC, and CDD, and normal digital banking projects I'll be discussing it as a problem statement for gathering the requirements.
Okay.
You would end up writing actual BRD. So I have some problem statement also. I don't know if I should share it right away, but then I can. Let me give it a try.
So BA get the technical requirements from customer in a call,
Generally, it's functional.
and
It's generally functional, not technical.
functional requirements. But he
Yes.
built a BRD like a document, and then he make those requirements sent to development manager and development team, right?
I mean, first of all, he has to get approval from client or senior management, and then once that has been approved or signed off, then it has to go to the developer or tester.
So development manager has some technical queries, so he will get back to BA, right? Again.
No, generally technical queries are supposed to be answered by him. So when you say technical, he cannot ask about the piece of code, right? He can ask about the workflow, how the control has to be happening, and what all, how the communication has to happen. That part is there.
Yeah, not exactly coding part, but some queries of development manager has about the some
Yes,
technical.
BA has to explain.
So BA, he will go to BA, right?
Yes.
And then if BA does not answer, then BA will check with again customer or client.
Yes.
Okay.
The generally technical part is handled by your tech team. It's very rare. Functional part, I that the requirements part, then only they come to the BA. If the requirements are ambiguous, they're not clearly documented, or they're not expanded properly, then only the dev manager or development team would come to the BA.
And for example, they have developed a certain piece of code, certain functionality. So BA would again give demo to client, or project manager.
It all depends. So if you're following agile, in that case, BA might do it, or testers generally do it. It depends, what is your flow. If the development team has been exposed, then they do it. If the BA is exposed, then BA will do it. So depend who is exposed to the client.
And sometimes BA does some UAT also, right?
Yes, testing will also, I'll be also teaching the testing part.
Right. Okay.
So testing, I mean, yeah, certainly yes, BA has to do it. But then it is by default assumed I mean, when you're teaching somebody the BA part, you'll be teaching the testing aspect also.
What
Somebody
is
who is
the,
from
like
non-testing.
career path of a BA? Like he will, for example, I will become a BA, then I will become senior BA. What after senior BA? What comes after senior business analyst?
It depends. You might go into consulting practice. You might move as a delivery manager, or even as a project manager. When it comes to project manager, then it's more of timelines and other things, delivery management in terms of functions,
Okay.
What we call it, milestones and rates part.
Okay. So
Delivery management.
you told in your introduction, like BA could be BA as well as a project manager, both, right? Also.
Yes. It depends on the company. In my company, it is compulsory. Once you have 10, 12 years of experience, BA would be doing only, BA himself would be doing the PM part. We do not have
Okay.
dedicated PMs.
Okay. Have you done PMP certification also?
No, not yet. I'm about to do it, but then not so early. I'm not much interested in PM part.
Okay.
Rather, I'm more interested in sales part, maybe pre-sales or something. So I would like to move there down the line rather than doing the project management.
Okay.
But certainly, I'll do the certification down the line, but then not so soon.
PMP is also, I think, 40,000 plus certification cost.
I know that is fine. That can be done. I mean, like, if my company is ready to pay, then I don't mind it. But then,
Right. Yeah.
honestly, I'm not interested in project management.
Okay. Got it.
So it's an individual's aspiration. Yeah. Anything else from anyone?
So Gaurish, shall we cover? I mean, are we gonna cover everything in the 16 to 17 sessions? Or
Yes. If somebody wants repeat session or certain things are not understood, 1 or 2 sessions we can take repeat as well. That's not a problem. But then generally this finishes up. Provided if I'm giving you assignments, you are supposed to do it at your home.
yeah, that will be there. I do understand.
Yeah.
And during the course of these 16 sessions only, you would be sharing the projects, or once all the
Yes.
sessions are done?
No, when I'm explaining the concept, I generally take every concept in a practical term. Okay. I
Okay.
try to relate it with the industry experience or maybe some sort of hypothetical scenario. So I explain that so that the concept is clear along with your practical implementation or example. So while I explain you how to gather the requirements or how to elicit the requirements, I'll be giving you a problem statement there itself. Now
Okay.
you are business analyst and I am your client. I am the person from whom you have to gather the client. So I put problem
Yes.
statement in front of you. So you will have to gather the requirements or ask me questions and gather the requirements. For example, this is one of the projects. I'm sharing my screen.
Yes.
Okay, so this is going to be one of the problem areas. ये project आपको implement करना है. So I'll give you this requirement, read it out, ask me 10 questions, document them, and at the end of the sessions or whatever it could be, whatever sections we learn. So this is kind of document that you would be preparing. So I'll be teaching all these things, how to do, what to do. So this is half prepared. I mean, I have not added all the details, but then you will have to prepare everything. This is just for illustration purpose.
Okay.
So this is thing. More or less, I'll be giving the notes and other things, ebooks as well. Everything would be provided to you. And these are the notes in general, high level. So anybody can read it and finish it.
Okay.
And along with that, if you want some books and other things, that I'll be sharing with you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Gaurish, we won't be going very fast in the session. We will go little
No.
slowly.
See, it's highly interactive. I want very active participation because it's not just like me driving the sessions like a college thing. So I'll be driving it. There will be a lot of questions. There will be a lot of inputs, a lot of contradictory opinions from somebody else, blah blah blah. So it has to be that way. So I want enthusiasm and participation from everybody during sessions. It's not like a teaching session. More or less, you can assume you're sitting in a meeting room of your college or office, and you're taking it ahead that way.
Yeah, that would be very much better if.
Yeah, so it's all real time.
Yeah.
So if I give
Yes,
examples,
yes.
I might ask others also to give you example. Have you faced this kind of situation? Anything that you could relate? What are the questions? What not? Blah blah blah.
Yes, yes.
So that don't worry on that part. So the way I teach, it's completely different. See, I am an interviewer. I've interviewed in various companies. Okay, so I know how to catch a guy who has got fake experience. So I'll be, it takes hardly 10 minutes. Okay. So yeah, I'll make sure that that kind of situation does not happen. Even if it is happening, how to tackle it. So how to boost your confidence or how you should be approaching that all would be covered. Don't worry on that part.
So the ACBA certification can be also covered in this course.
More or less, it's the same syllabus that I'll be taking, but I am focusing more in terms of the knowledge, the practical knowledge. If you go for that ECBA or CBAP certification, certainly it's knowledgeable, but then you won't get a job on that basis. So if you want to grab a job, you might have to come out of that certification thing, because that certification just focus on tips and techniques, what is supposed to be used. But then again, that bookish knowledge cannot be implemented in real time 100%. So majority of the aspect that I've taken, it is from that book itself. But then there are a lot of techniques that I have used on my own, like which we use in the industry, and I take examples related to that. But then high level, that syllabus would be getting covered. But then you cannot expect like, line by line, paragraph by paragraph, I'll be covering that book, because that book itself is 300 or 400 pages.
Okay. See,
But then
Gaurish,
once we go through it, you would be in a position to understand that entire book thing.
Gaurish, in a few of JD's like job description for business analyst role, I have seen that they ask that BA should be good in performing joins, SQL command also.
SQL, yeah, basic SQL I'll be covering. Like, the assumption is like, somebody should be knowing basics of SQL or willingness to do on their own. So I'll be covering till joins, basic joins.
Okay.
But then it's just going to be 1.5 hour session or 2 hour session maximum, or 3 hour session. Just basics practice you will have to do on your own. I'll just make you guys comfortable. What is SQL? I'll give some practice, IDs as well. Online practice milta hai. So you'll have to write down queries on your own. I'll help you conceptually, and practices has to be from your side.
I mean, yeah, actually, in that session, just tell us, how to cope up with, because I always get confused in joins. Always get confused in joins. I don't know why.
Happens. You'll have to practice it.
Okay.
Okay. I'll explain what are joins. What are the 4 types of joins? How do you use it? I use some videos and all that for that are available on YouTube. And maybe there are a lot of exercises also available in the market, like online. So you will have to practice it on your own. For SQL, see, it's not mandatory for each and every job, but then certain jobs they might ask for it. And now this is again one of the filter to avoid fake applications, because somebody who is just faking it, doing BA course and just getting into it, who do not know SQL, they do not apply for such jobs. That is again one of the filter criteria that even we as interviewers, even we ask the recruiters to put this condition so that we get genuine profiles.
Gaurish, apart from all these a different thing I'll ask. Well, in your opinion, also like all these online providers like Udemy, Udacity, Simple, and all these are worthless, or anyone is like credible?
They can teach you, but then that might not help you crack a job. So
right,
what do you want to do? You want to crack a job, or you want to learn something?
I mean,
If you want to learn something, I would say go for MBA.
Okay.
In case if you want to learn something, don't waste money here, go for MBA. If you want to grab a job, those things won't ever work. The point is like आपको project सिखाना है, project से implement करवाना है.
Right.
Now, because you've got 10-15 years of experience, you might be able to relate. Okay, but then others who have not been into the proper journey of IT thing, or maybe even IT roles, for them it would be a complete blunder even if they go for online thing.
Right.
Or depending upon experience, that judgmental call has to be taken up, because I believe you would have done some sort of online training somewhere somehow down the line. So depending upon your experience and your gut feel, you can go for it. But then I'm talking about majority of the feeling who is completely new into the IT industry, or they wish to transition. For them, it can be a big blunder.
Right. Agreed.
Yeah. Certainly, I'm no one to comment on this kind of thing. Simply then bekhar hai, ye hai, mere se kar lo, aisa nahi hai. Like, this is normal feedback that people have given. Even I've seen trained 4-5 candidates. Even Gaurav is one of the candidate who expressed his desires or feeling whatever he had it. So this kind of experience is pretty common, and he would have paid certainly a decent amount of fees, quite heavy in that in general. So different cases, they might be having good success stories also. I do not know much on that, but then yeah, negatives, positives, both the things are there. Okay, any other questions? No one. Okay, looks like good. So we're planning to start from this Saturday. Okay, and in terms of fees, the point is we are charging 15,000 rupees for this, whatever offering that we had. There's an early bird discount for first 3 participants who pay their fees. So 2,000 rupees would be the discount. So only for first 3 participants.
So Deepak, Ankita, Gaurav, Umesh, Vishaal, Vishwanath, any question to ask? Sorry, I'm just back.
Nothing at this point, Nitesh. Everything's pretty clear. And thanks to Gaurish as well. He has given a fair idea of what we can expect during the course and after the course as well. So it's pretty clear at this point of time.
I have cleared my questions.
Okay, I
Okay.
think, yeah.
Yeah. So I will share the details how you can pay in. I mean, if anyone wants bill, like someone says, I need a bill also with GST. So we can provide the bill also with the GST number, which you, if you want, you can claim in your organization or wherever you want, right? So the thing is, now we are about to close this session. If anyone have any doubt, any question, please ask, because Gaurish is here. So a real BA who is going to help you. So I am finding Deepak, Ankita, Gaurav, Umesh, Vishal, Vishwanath. Any question to ask?
As of now, I have cleared my questions. If possible, we can revert back through WhatsApp also, right?
Sorry, come again.
As of now, I cleared all my questions and doubts. If I got any, I can text on WhatsApp also, right? Like for immediate.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Yes.
So if I want to connect to you, then I have to WhatsApp you.
Yes,
Or else
I guess Vishwanath, you are added in the same WhatsApp group, right?
okay, so I have to connect in the group or personally.
Yeah, I mean, you are not in the same WhatsApp group.
Yeah, let me check. Yeah, the link is shared in that group, right?
Nitesh, last time actually you told so like half we can pay, then half after a few weeks, right?
If anyone have some financial challenge, then you can.
Okay.
Right. Vishwanath, I'm not sure if you are added in the group.
So Nitesh, I have paid half.
Okay. Yeah, I got your. So Deepak, do
Vishal,
one thing. You also just ping in the group that you have paid the first fees.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, Vishal.
yeah, Nitesh. Yeah, I'm also in. Please share the link so that I can make the entire payment to them.
Okay, got it.
So yeah, I have not added, I think. So I will connect you on WhatsApp then.
Vishwanath, can you ping your number? I just connect you.
Okay, I will give.
I have just pinged you on Zoom here.
Okay.
So just share your number. I connect you. So guys, like Gaurish said, it's two early bird we have offered. So we have already Deepak and Vishal has already committed. Deepak has transferred the fees and Vishal is going to transfer. But again, since if you guys are interested, we can open the first two more early bird we are going to open, because Anubha has confirmed she has joined our previous batch. Previous demo. So she is coming. So one more early bird is left, right? And I request you, please do not ask for another early bird, because we have a limitation for that, right? The same
Nitesh,
training.
you can consider me as well. But the only challenge is, as we discussed, right? I would be paying through a card. If that is possible,
With credit card, you have said, right?
Yes.
I need to check if some extra amount has been taken. I can take a credit card payment, but then credit card will take some. You can do one thing, you can transfer the amount in your Paytm and then you can transfer.
Okay, let me check. You also
There are
just
many
check
options.
once.
There are many options for credit card. You can use credit, Paytm, phone pay, blah blah blah. Some
Yeah.
amount would be charged, but then that's nominal 100, 200, I believe, for this particular fee.
Yeah, absolutely. Because Gaurav, if we are saying the link with you, because that is for our international candidates, right? That charge a good 2% approximately, right? So that will be extra burden for you.
Okay, just give me an hour or two. I'll transfer it to you, Nitesh. Just send me the details.
So Gaurish, we will have your phone number also, na, if we want to talk to you.
I'll be in the group itself.
Okay.
So just ping me. Like in a call. If it's extremely initially, I don't think it would be very important, but then as and when you have interview things or something things, that time we can talk. That's not a problem. We can talk at any point of time. But then first message on WhatsApp, and because I'm also working professional, it does not mean that I am available 24/7.
Right.
It has to be on the mutual consent.
Right. Yes, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, then I am closing this session, and we will. Vishwanath, I guess you have not pinged your contact number.
Yeah, I have given.
Okay, so I'm closing this session here and hope to see you guys in our next batch. And guys, it's a very important to upgrade your career. That's very important, right? Because here you can see that 6 people have joined, and the group was approximately more than 21 people. So how many people are serious? That's most important. And still we wonder that why people are getting good packages, right? Reason because they are committed what they are planning. So just commit yourself. Believe me, down the line after 2 months, you are going to rock in your career. That is our promise from Refer Me Group and Gauri's side, right? So just think about it and see you. Hope to see you in our
Uh,
next
uh,
batch.
Gaurish, one more thing. Make sure that Saturday we are having session in the first half because 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. I have different meeting.
5 p.m. No, we
No,
are in the morning
yeah,
itself.
yeah, that's what. We'll have it in first half only, right?
Yeah, first half only.
Okay, thanks. Okay, thanks. Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I told you, like, first half is very comfortable so that others can, maybe after 12 or 1 o'clock, everybody's free. You can feel free to do your work. On weekends, generally, nobody wants to block.
Right. Yes, sure.
Yeah. Okay, I think Nitesh, we can close the call.
Yeah, we
Rest of
can
the
close
queries
it.
we
Yeah.
can take
Thank you so much,
offline.
Gaurish, for your time. And thank
Thanks.
you, Ankita. Thank you, Deepak. Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you, Umesh. Thank you, Vishal. Thank you, Vishwanath. Have a wonderful time. Enjoy.
Thanks all. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Everyone, bye.
Nitesh.
Thank you so much.